What happens when a war fought with missiles and drones suddenly moves into the digital world? Britain is now investigating a cyber attack that reportedly forced a small-scale power generator to shut down for 4 days. And the suspected attackers? Hackers believed to be linked to Iran. The incident has raised fresh concerns about whether the conflict between Iran and the West is opening another front, this time targeting critical infrastructure. According to the UK government, the cyber attack affected a small energy generator, but officials stressed that there was no threat to Britain's wider electricity system. The national grid remained secure, and authorities said the incident did not put the country's broader energy supply at risk. Still, the reported shutdown is significant because it demonstrates that even a relatively small energy facility can potentially be disrupted through a cyber attack. Britain's National Cybersecurity Centre, or NCSC, is responsible for responding to major cyber threats against critical infrastructure, and officials have been warning for some time that hostile states are increasingly targeting the systems behind essential services. Russia, China, and Iran, all three have been identified as major cyber threats facing the United Kingdom. The latest incident comes at an especially sensitive moment. Britain has allowed the United States to conduct what it describes as defensive operations from American military bases located in the UK. That decision came amid the escalating war between Washington and Tehran. Iran, meanwhile, has warned that any military base used to support attacks against Iranian territory could itself become a legitimate target. And that raises a crucial question. Could cyber attacks become one of Tehran's tools for retaliation? Iran has been accused of using cyber operations against foreign governments and critical infrastructure for years. U.S. cybersecurity agencies have previously warned about hackers linked to Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. One group that has drawn particular attention is known as cyberattackers. U.S. authorities have accused the Iran-linked group of targeting industrial control systems and infrastructure. In 2023, American officials said the group had compromised dozens of devices across multiple infrastructure sectors, and the concerns don't stop with electricity. Iran-linked hackers have also been suspected of targeting water infrastructure in the United States. In Minnesota, cybersecurity concerns surrounding water treatment facilities have added to broader fears that critical civilian systems could become targets during geopolitical confrontations. The significance is obvious. A power station doesn't have to be destroyed by a missile to create disruption. A water treatment plant doesn't have to be physically attacked to cause problems. If hackers gain access to industrial control systems, they may potentially disrupt operations remotely. That is why cyber attacks are increasingly being treated as part of modern warfare. But there is an important caveat in the British case. The allegation that Iran-linked hackers were behind the power plant incident has not been conclusively proven through a completed public investigation. Attribution in cyberspace is notoriously difficult. Hackers can hide their identities, route attacks through third countries, and use infrastructure designed to make investigators believe the attack came from somewhere else. So investigators will have to establish exactly who was behind the operation, how the system was accessed, and whether the attack was deliberately designed to disrupt Britain's energy infrastructure. For now, British officials are stressing that the country's wider energy system remains resilient. The NCSC has also reportedly not received outage reports from regulated operators of major power stations. But the political message coming out of London is clear. Britain is taking the possibility of attacks on critical infrastructure seriously, and the timing could hardly be more sensitive. Because this isn't happening in isolation. The United States and Iran are already engaged in a wider confrontation. Military strikes have escalated. Iran has threatened American interests in the region. The Strait of Hormuz has become a major pressure point, and Western governments are preparing for the possibility that Tehran could respond to military and economic pressure in unconventional ways. Cyber attacks offer one such avenue. They can be conducted without aircraft crossing borders, without missiles being launched, and without immediately revealing who ordered the operation. That makes cyber warfare particularly attractive in a conflict where escalation is already dangerous. For Britain, the concern is even broader. The country hosts critical infrastructure connected to electricity, water, communications, transport, and financial services. A successful attack on any of these systems could potentially create disruption far beyond the original target. And that is why the latest power plant incident is being watched closely. Was it simply an isolated cyber incident? Was it criminal activity? Or was it a deliberate operation linked to the wider confrontation with Iran? The investigation will have to provide those answers. But one thing is already clear. The modern battlefield doesn't always look like a battlefield. Sometimes there are no explosions, no fighter jets, no missiles on the horizon, just a computer system going offline, a power plant shutting down, and a warning that the next front in the Iran conflict may not be fought in the Middle East at all. It could be fought inside the networks powering the West.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.